Thank you for coming. This speech is about massage and its effects on headaches, because headaches are a fairly common issue. How often do you each get headaches?
Regularly.
Regularly.
Very seldom.
Not very
Yeah,
often.
very
Not very
seldom
often.
for me.
Oh, brains, no headaches.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Thanks.
That was me. Speaking for myself.
It could apply.
According to Acupressure and Reflexology for Dummies, because that's a good book, there are 4 main types of headaches. There's a tension headache, cluster headache, a sinus headache, and migraines. And migraines are gradually becoming more frequent. They're more common than the other ones now. According to 5-minute massages, a migraine is a severe headache lasting from anywhere from 2 hours to 2 days, but if you ask her, it can last longer. They're often accompanied by visual disturbances, sensitivity to light, sound, and nausea or vomiting, which would suck. According to alternative health therapies, headaches are caused by many factors, which is true. And they range from muscular tension to eye strain. Computers and like physicians sitting at the computer. Tightness in the neck can lead to restrictions and inability to move the head properly, and often gives rise to headaches. But later in that same text it says headaches are usually caused by stress, which I can see that muscle tension would be caused by stress too. So I can see that. Stress is elevated in our society. If you ask all the international students at the dorm, it's very fast-paced here. According to complementary and integrative medicine in pain management, one study in patients with chronic headache showed that massage produces analgesia, or the inability to feel pain, and improves mood in most patients. Massage can have very powerful sedative effect on the nerves, melting away stresses and strains of everyday life, which is why they recommend at least once a month. And most headaches, including migraines, are relieved entirely or greatly reduced by massage of the entire cranium, the cervical region, and the facial structures. A lot of people don't like having their face massaged though, especially if they're afraid you're going to use oil or lotion. And I much prefer to use oil because it's warmer, lotion, and then it's cold in the room, so you get really cold. And it also kind of feels gross, either way. Especially if your therapist uses too much lotion, because then you have like that residue that kind of looks like you're shedding skin. It's really gross. A comfortable, quiet, dimly lit environment is helpful during any massage. I have my clients bring in their own music that relaxes them, because you never know what. I had a client that really liked techno music and it relaxed him, but I didn't understand it all. This works especially when you are trying to get rid of a headache. Whenever I work on her, I have to have less distractions, mostly quiet. Sometimes I have her watch a movie though. It's a distraction, as long as I don't have her face down, because then how can you see the movie? You can just hear it.
Distracts her more than it distracts me. I'm really true.
That's true. Especially when it's Batman. Having a marathon now. Have you ever noticed when you have a headache, you'll like rub your temples or your neck? It's self-treatment. Self-treatment, usually our first instinct is to like rub the area. And then there's aromatherapy, but sometimes that doesn't work with a headache because you might be like, a particularly strong perfume might upset your headache worse. Hydrotherapy, like we were talking about with the tub.
It's a bed.
It's a bed?
Yeah, and you lay on it and then it goes over the top of you.
The water, yeah, shoots up.
That's hydrotherapy, like the bed in the tub. And hot and cold packs, which they're very frequent. Or you can make your own cold packs just with ice, or you can use rice in a baggie or in a sock and heat it in the microwave. Massage therapist, like myself, might use other approaches like reflexology, most likely on your hands and feet, but there are also reflexology points on the ear. And trigger point therapy, depending on where pain is coming from, like in your shoulders or your neck. Those are the most frequent ones. There's one right here that causes pain around the eye. And neuromuscular therapy, which is just clinical massage. And that's not as fun as spa. Do you have any questions? I don't know.
Does, when you find that point like that and the pressure on her, the muscle is tightened up because of injury or
It could
because of
be.
the pain, or then you wanna, the more pressure you put on there, it loosens it up then?
They usually say on a scale of 1 to 10 you want to use about a 4 pressure. 1 being that you barely feel it at all, and 10 being you want to go to the hospital. So roughly in the middle. For a trigger point, it's usually, sometimes it can be caused by guarding, or you can have one trigger point that'll cause satellite ones. And if you like get rid of the satellite trigger point, this will recreate it. So if you find the original one, then it gets rid of all of them that are in that area, that are connected to it. And most of the time we press until the person says it goes from about a 4 pain level to a 2, which is relatively like it's just an annoyance. And we do that 3 times in a row, because any more than that you can aggravate it and it'll like clamp back down and guard, because it says the brain signals say that it's in pain and it needs to be protected, which is part of a trigger point too, because whenever it tightens down, it's just one particular spot in the muscle. The band of muscle will contract and make a little like nodule, but it's not anything to be worried about if it's just a trigger point.
When you give that treatment, does that muscle, does it go back to that tightness again after a certain length of
It
time?
can. The best results for massage are 2 days afterwards. That's what they say. The first day you're likely to be sore, and then that muscle could release, or depending on how long you've had that condition, it could go back.
Okay.
So you have to keep going back then, to keep, so you can
You can.
relax that muscle so it doesn't go back into the position that it's used to, which is straining.
Until
Yeah.
it relaxes completely,
Right.
until the brain realizes that it's no longer in pain. It's no longer injured.
Depends what originally caused it though too.
That's true.
If it was injury or if it was just stress or whatever,
Yeah.
so.
But with injury, it'll take longer.
Then I go to the chiropractor and he hits, I don't know if it's trigger points or whatever, and he pushes, and probably like what you're talking about, Ed, pushes on it, you know, and I always wondered why. Is that to release blood flow out of that area too? So it's
Nope.
exactly what
When
you're talking about.
When it contracts, there's no blood flow to the area, so when you
Okay.
press on it, it really hurts because blood's rushing back into the
Oh,
area.
okay. Because I always say, well, yes, you found it, and that really hurts, so you can stop now. But he keeps doing it, that's the problem, you know? And so I threaten to kick him and things like that. And he watches where he's standing, because I have before, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my involuntary reflex.
Knee-jerk reaction.
But he always hits the wrong pot, you know, well, it's the right spots, but it hurts
Yeah.
tremendously.
I think that chiropractors go for like a little bit more aggressive approach. I've never been to a chiropractor, and from what I hear, I don't think I want to go.
Well, you know, it's good, chiropractic care is good, but, you know, the two actually are good together, they complement each other, so.
I think I would get a massage first. That way it would be
Yeah.
a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what I do, is about every 2 months, get a massage, then go to the chiropractor.
Yeah.
He says it's so much easier to
Yes,
get you straightened back
Yeah.
out again, especially when he lays you on that couch and then wants to twist it the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any other questions? I don't know. Okay. So the next time that you have a headache, I hope you'll try a massage. If not just by yourself, or you can book a massage. I know that they're kind of expensive here in town, but I'm sure there are cheaper places elsewhere. Thank you.